Okay, the next video we're doing is on system health. So if we click here, it will take us to system health. Now remember earlier on the end user side, we had the pressure release valve that sort of everything in the matrix is healthy. Well, here we're drilling a little bit more down into it. So you're going to do this on site, but bear in mind everything that you've got on site is also on the monitoring portal and more as well. So we can have a look in here. We can see that the system is healthy, your power supplies are healthy, your inputs are healthy, your outputs are healthy, your network connectivity, that means you've got internet going into the machine, so outside internet. You saw that just turn red. Well, it's a really hot day and I'm doing this in quite a warm room, and the unit is in a sealed flight case, so it's been on all day and it's just got to 61 degrees. Which is typical, but 61 degrees is fine anyway. That's just it's neither here nor there with that. Okay, the fan will come on and that will cool down in the next few minutes. Okay, there we go. So the next thing we've also got here is a couple of really cool diagnostic tools. Now, installers out there who've done installs with IR, then they can get what's called, or they probably would have experienced what's called IR lockout, where you're pointing a remote control at an IR receiver from Elan or Xantec or whatever, and nothing's actually happening. Well, the reason nothing is happening is because that IR receiver is getting too much IR into the system. It may not just be that IR receiver, it may be one IR receiver on the job or all of them creating the problem. And it's quite, when you get that happening, it's quite difficult for you to track down and work out which IR receiver, one or many, is causing the problems. So what the engineers have built in here is an IR test tool. If you click on here before you leave site, this will now run a 3-minute test across your whole installation with the IR receivers. If it sees that any of the IR receivers or all of the IR receivers or just a couple of the IR receivers are seeing too much IR, it will change color. It goes blue here, yeah? And down here it will say, okay, you've got a problem in that zone. Can you go up and reposition the IR receiver and run the test again? And this saves you hours and hours of time going back to a site to cure this problem. If you just run this test before you leave site, have all the curtains open, the lights on, flood each room with as much IR as you conceivably can, this will really help you out. If we come down here as well, we've got HDBaseT link quality test. Now, in the previous video, I showed you that if we hovered our mouse over the link quality, we could get a snapshot of the signal to noise ratio. Well, here we have an extended test. As you can see, it's going to run for forever, basically, and it's a mean square error test. And it says here, anything below the thick green line is considered a good connection. Anything above may cause issues with the link. A drift of more than 3 steps between all the lines may also indicate an issue with the link quality. Now that is serious. A drift of 3, so 4 means there's going to be a problem. Okay, 3 means there's likely to be a problem. So as you can see with this one, it's just a drift of 2 here. Now, what normally happens on installs is that you will get a quote in. The quote will go in for the products, the quote will go in for you fitting the products, for programming the products, etc. You may even get the quote accepted for providing the cables, your Cat6s, etc. However, when you put the quote in and they see how much you've charged for laying the cables, well, end users generally say, no, yeah, okay, I'll give that to the electrician, because electricians are cheaper than professional AV guys. It's what they do. They do it for years and years and years. They just run cables. However, as I'm sure you're aware, that running AV cables is not the same as running mains cables around a property. And if you don't run them correctly, you can get problems. So what generally happens with AV guys is they won't find out about these issues until after the install's completed. The house has been used for maybe it could be a month, 2 months, 3 months. The install could have been done in November and nothing pops up until April. And when it does pop up, they then have to roll the truck, go to site to try and find out what's going on. Now you can run this test on any of the outputs, okay, so you just go up here and select your output. And if, say, for instance, the problem's happening, it's intermittent, it's when the air conditioning kicks in, well, this will spike. Yeah, it will show a huge spike when that happens. So you can actually show the end user where the problem is. Now, it doesn't cure the problem, obviously, okay, but it does show your end user how professional you are and that you have tools like this at your disposal. You can then obviously give advice to that end user by saying, okay, look, we can lay you a brand new cable that will sort this issue out. However, it's going to cost you XYZ amount. Or alternatively, you can bring back your electrician and he can do it again. But bear in mind, you could come across the same problem. So at least this puts you in control. You are the masters of your own AV install. Okay, that's it for this one, the System Health. We'll do another one on Cloud Connection in a second. Thank you.